All right, good morning. How's everyone's day going so far? Hi, Marco. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Waking up, I'm getting ready to go to bed, night shift too. Yeah, I'm not working today, but my call ended at 6 a.m. and they called me at 5:47 to ask me who was on call actual Memorial Day. And I was like, it says on your calendar. I'm about to walk into work, but might keep you on my desk for a little relaxation. Yeah, we're gonna keep it chill this morning. Got the new Zelda game yesterday, and I'm still playing the Zelda game. Oh my gosh, Popples, yes. I think I ended up playing Tears of the Kingdom for like 6 or 7 hours yesterday. It was awesome. Yeah, it I will never understand those phone calls, man. They have a calendar. Play some yeah. Good morning. We're gonna play some Animal Crossing. Do a little waking up. Keep it comfy today. And then probably play Zelda later today. Ugh, what a gross outfit. Good morning, Marley. Hot dog. Stinky, why? All right. I need to work on some videos and stuff this morning. We're about to be in the beach a little bit. I live 15 minutes from the beach and haven't been in 2 years. Oh my goodness. Bet the beach is going to be busy today. Good morning. What gift did Katrina send me? Living Fort Lauderdale, I can only imagine. Oh my gosh. A power stone. What does that look like? Yeah, I was telling my coworker, she was like, I'm going to do this weekend, and this, and this, and this. And I was like, all my Memorial Day plans involve sitting in a dark room, talking to strangers on the internet, and not interacting with the sun or outside people. Watching live is my favorite way to wake up so peaceful. Oh, thank you so much, Ariel. Okay, that's what I thought that was. Acceptable to me. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I guess I'm trying to make up for not being able to play the weekend Zelda came out. So now my holiday weekend here is going to be making up time. Not like I wouldn't have just played Zelda all weekend anyway. Either way. But I need to get my prize packs packed up and ready to ship out tomorrow, and all that good stuff. I have a bunch of dumb little activities I need to do. Happy Memorial Day to you. Let's see what we got here. I think this is the one I planted like 70,000 bells in, if I remember correctly. I don't have an axe. Maybe my axe broke. Caught your first scorpion last night. That's awesome. Did you donate it to your museum? Finally got Nintendo Online, just gotta make some friends to visit their islands. If you're in my Discord group, there's a whole channel of people that have posted their Switch codes that you can add. And then people who open up their island and stuff regularly in there. I passed out after, so I just donated it to Hootie Hoot Good. Shovel out. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Andrea, thank you for the follow. Choppity chop chop. Wrong button. Goodness. I went and, Janelle Lee, thank you for the follow. Yeah, you can change your ordinances. You just have to go talk to Isabel about it. I keep mine on the early bird ordinance because that one works best for me. Tend flowers. Set my shops are open early since I tend to play early. No, if you chop a tree down, they do not grow again. You should leave a couple stumps just because there's about 5 bugs that only show up on tree stumps. But other than that, you can just dig the stumps up too. If you want to cut a tree to get the wood but not cut the tree down, you need to use either like the flimsy axe or the stone axe. Those will knock wood out of a tree without knocking it down. How do you customize the storage shed? So you can customize the color of the storage shed with the customization kits that you can get from Nook's Cranny. But if you want to customize the sticker on the storage shed, you need to take it out to Cyrus on Harv's Island and pay him to do it. And I highly recommend using a custom design, because when you use a custom design, it turns this like yellowy color. And for me, at least, that helps me not accidentally sell it when I have it in my pocket, because I don't use a lot of custom designs. But can I customize castle walls? You know, I've never tried to use them on castle walls, actually. But if you can't, a lot of the stuff that you can't use customization kits on, you can take to Cyrus and have him customize them instead, if you've got Cyrus unlocked on Harv's Island. Chopped half my island trees this morning. That's alright, they'll regrow. They'll regrow. I lied, they won't regrow. You can just plant them again and they'll grow. Chopping trees and replanting. No big deal. I chopped some trees down the other day and planted different fruit trees. You start going to Harv's Island more? Yeah. Bought ACNH 2 days ago. Welcome. Is this your first Animal Crossing game ever? And I have a really good playlist of Animal Crossing tips on my main TikTok page. And you can check those out. They're just random, but Just be patient with it at first. It's a little slow at first and kind of grindy. It's fun. Just take your time with it. Thank you for the follow, Rossum. Uh-oh, Carlos has a thought bubble. Let's go see what he's thinking. What is it, my darling? Hashtag, you're ridiculous. Okay. I was going to say if Carlos is going to try to leave this island, we're going to chain him in our basement. So, have you ever played Stardew Valley or Dreamlight by Disney? I've played a little bit of Stardew Valley, but I've never played Disney Dreamlight. This is definitely more my vibe. The difference is for the colored lids on bugs, like when you have them in your pockets and stuff. I really never thought about it, actually. Just gave me that nickname yesterday. Is that significant? No, they have like I'm sure, a preset list of nicknames that's built into them since they're NPCs, and they just randomly rotate through them. Violin beetle. Thump. It's about rarity? Oh. I don't know. It's like the balloons. Like, I think in previous Animal Crossing games, the balloons that you shoot down from the sky, the colors have been significant and indicative of what is in the gift as it drops. But not so much in this version of the game. Thank you for the heart me, Marley. Yeah, make a list. The golden roses can spawn after you water black roses with a gold watering can. We're gonna pick the rose petals to sell them. The rarer rose petal colors do sell for a higher ticket price than the generic ones. You've got to have the gold watering can for gold roses. Water these black roses with your gold watering can, and you get a chance. I think sometimes if you have a bunch of black roses and it rains, it'll occasionally make a gold one, but for the most part, it's all about watering with the gold watering can. This bad boy right here. Yeah, I mean, it's just like any other flower. If you pull it away and you water it, then it'll eventually spawn more just off of that one. The black roses, I think, come from crossbreeding red roses, honestly. I don't really remember. Heart emoji, thank you for the follow. So happy to see you after such a long weekend. God, I feel that. It was a long weekend, wasn't it? I'm glad to not be on call today, because I've had enough of that this weekend. I can have an adult beverage today if I would like. So let's see, let's just sell the rose petals and see. That's nothing to thumb your nose at. Oh, I meant to put that wasp away. Oh, excuse me, you guys. Sometimes it comes out in me. More of us older players than kids who actually play. Yeah, I agree. At least consistently. I have a lot of people on here who are like, oh, my kids started the island, but they don't play anymore. And now I can't make changes to the island because their island is their character's the main character. Mia and Sarah, thank you for the follows. Let's see what Marshall's doing. Crafting. What are you making, darling? What you doing? Gold plate armor. Crazy. I sure do. Hello. Cute but evil. Thank you for the follow. Do, 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 do. Love Marshall's setup. It's super cute. He used to have a bunch of gyroids out that I gave him. I know I gave him that Hello Kitty hat. Hello Kitty hat. That was difficult to say. Same shirt tee. Nice. So comfy. Feels very comfy to me. Becca, thank you for the gamepad. Good Gala, sweeping the dirt. Literally, like, big comfy shirt. I got it at Kohl's. It's like from the men's big and tall section. It's big and comfy, and I love it. Chop wood, catch bugs. Yeah, because Kohl's has like that Amazon return center, or at least ours does. I don't know if all Kohl's do it, but you can go return stuff there for free to Amazon, and then they give you like a $5 coupon, and so then I go buy a comfy shirt for a discounted price. So it's like, you know, $9 instead of, you know, whatever. Yes, men's shirts. So I just did that yesterday, see? I used to do that all the time. I'm from the UK, Primark, which is good for big tees. Nice. I need to make some Amazon returns. I've been on the hunt for a new purse. And I think I finally found one. Well, I did because I took the tags off. But it stinks. And I've spent the last, like, week, at least, if not longer, like, spraying it with Febreze. And the other day, I had taken, like, dryer sheets that we had used already but not thrown away, and I put them in like all the different pockets and stuff. I don't know if it's the material it's made out of or what, man, but it smells like funky. Made a return, spent that much in the store. Yep, that's how they get you. It used to be a 20% off coupon they gave you, and now it's just like a $5 off coupon. But to be totally honest, like, Kohl's is so out of the way for me, and like not somewhere I shop frequently, and unless I'm specifically going down there for something, my husband and I will be like, do we need anything from Kohl's? No, let's just return to the UPS store, it's closer. The different fruit. So the different fruit, if you want to get all the fruit, I recommend getting a friend that also plays, and if you have Nintendo Online, visiting their island, or you can go to a treasure island. But you should have a native fruit, a fruit that either like a villager gives you or your like mom in the game gives you, and then a fruit that you find on a mystery island. So you should have like 3 fruits without having to travel to another player's island. Where do some fruit trees or bamboo shoots not go? Do you only stream on TikTok or maybe Twitch? I stream multiple places. Yes, you can find links in my link tree, or it's the same username across all platforms. So Sarah, you may not be giving your trees enough space. You have to spread them out. They need like a larger area to grow. Good morning, Mason. You gotten any rest lately? Good. I'm glad. Glad to hear that. Making a library on my island, but I've noticed the center looks empty. I mean, I would say like put out like tables and chairs maybe, and then there's books and like stacks of papers and stuff you could always put on those tables to make them look like they're being actively used. I feel a lot better. Good, I'm glad. Or maybe like a little computer center. Kebs, thank you for the follow. There we go. It helps if I push the right buttons. So that's just a path underneath them. It's the dirt path, and if you have to put the path down first, but then you can just plant the plants right on top of them, so it looks more like a garden or a vegetable patch than just having the circular little mounds of dirt that come with planting the vegetables. Yeah, I had it with just the veggies, and it looked, I don't know, sparse maybe is the right word. I like it a lot better with the dirt path underneath it. I think it looks better. But I had to dig up all my vegetables, put the path down, and then replant my vegetables on top of it. So that helps with stars? Maybe. I just didn't like the look of it just by itself. My feet are falling asleep. I could have slept in so late today, and they woke me up so early. You get paths once you hit 3-star, and you can get the island designer on your Nook phone, and then you get a path section. This island I've got like 660 hours on it, roughly. I am off today. I've been live for 27 minutes. Yes, Marley. Sell all those fish. So getting to 3 stars or getting to 5 stars, it's going to be basically the same. You need to make sure you're talking to Tom Nook regularly, because he's going to tell you, like, oh, you should upgrade your home. You should put down inclines and bridges and things like that. Let me live for 27 more? Yes. Tears of the Kingdom later? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You should be inviting your villagers. You can have a maximum of 10 that live on your island. You can make sure that, like, yes, you need flowers. People will tell you just plant a ton of flowers, but that's not necessarily the only thing you need to do. Having a nice variety of flowers is good, but also having a variety of fencing, having items out to decorate. Like, I kind of made my villagers' houses like 2 little neighborhoods, so they each have a fence around their house. This is a little outdoor gym area between these 2 houses, but they all have some form of like plant in their yard and some other decorative items. So yeah, some sort of flowers, some sort of outdoor decorative items. Bushes in front of the house, bushes behind the house. Like, this sort of layout keeps the flowers in check because they can't grow past the pathways or the fences, so it keeps them from getting totally out of control. Been a while since I played, but you give me the urge. Yes, welcome. Can I move villagers' houses up? Yes, it'll be a little while before you have the ability to do that, but as you progress in the game, Tom Nook will tell you, like, that you can pay for the privilege of moving villagers' houses. You can move everything except resident services for a cost. I mean, I guess you just have to kind of, if you want to keep it, like, with what DIYs you have, maybe look into doing custom design codes that go with the DIYs that you have, so you can at least customize the patterns on the items and things like that. And I like to go through, and I have a ton of DIYs, like, but I like to look at the different kind of sections of items, like all this gold stuff, and you could do a gold themed area. Here's all my plant stuff. My whole front yard is glowing moss and vine stuff because I love it. So just look at the DIYs you have and just try to be like, okay, so if I only have these wooden DIYs, oh, I could make a little sitting area that's maybe like a little coffee shop because I have a table and chairs and a little bookshelf, or, you know, whatever, or that kind of thing. Just basic stuff to start off with. The Scheibel. You're so helpful. Thank you. I try. Yeah. The Scheibel doesn't have any decorative stuff in it, but it is helpful in other ways. I need to get on here and just fish like it's my actual job. Is there a way to know all the DIYs? Like, is there a list out there of all the DIYs? I don't know if there is, but I think there's like 600 some odd DIYs. I know I'm missing a few of them. I know I don't have them all. I didn't water these, did I? Sure didn't. Those apps for ACNH has them listed? Really? Okay. Nook.exchange. Yeah, I've looked on Nookazon, and I try to compare, like, because you can sort it by, you know, themed DIYs and stuff, and so you can see what you're missing versus what you have in the game. So same kind of idea. Sounds like there's a bunch of different websites and apps and things out there for the same kind of thing. Because I know there's a few like celestial DIYs. There's a companion app for Tears of the Kingdom. Seems nice. Once I get through this playthrough, I'll probably try to go through and like find all the Koroks and that kind of thing. I feel like I am hardly coming across any Koroks. I found like maybe 40. Can I come to your island? No, my island is not open today. Yeah, Nookazon, it's a non-Nintendo website that someone has created. It's like Amazon for Animal Crossing items. So you can go and like make a list and find people that are getting rid of or selling the DIYs or the items that you may be looking for, and you could go to their island and get it or whatever. Even the hubs are grilling out today. I might have mentioned yesterday. I think so. I think that's the plan. He keeps talking about it, so. But we have like no groceries in our house, so we're gonna have to go to the grocery store. Excuse me. We are gonna grill. I just need to know if I should start driving. Yeah, come on, Mason. I think we're gonna grill out some chicken at the very least, because I like to make chicken salad with this grilled chicken that we do. And then, I don't know, whatever else he wants to throw on there. He usually ends up grabbing some like Brussels sprouts and putting those on there, because grilled Brussels sprouts are really good. Party of Shans. I wish I had a better party house. We used to live in like a party house. It was fun. This house is not really designed for that as much. He's gonna grill wings today. Okay. Yeah, Mason, start driving now. By the time you get here, we might have started grilling. Oh man, what a weird spot for the money tree. I almost didn't even see that. Grilled wings, Dr. Pepper, asparagus, and smashed potatoes. That sounds really good. Hey Colby, how are you this morning? Put some more caffeine in my body. Stats, oh my god, bless your heart. Gotta get my Switch, I'll be right back. Yes. I took stats when I was doing my bachelor's, and it made me feel a lot of feelings, not good ones. My brain doesn't work like that. You only find cherries and apples. Yeah, you need to find some other Animal Crossing players to go visit their islands and get fruit from them, or have them bring you fruit. You love statistics, but Mason, you're more of a math person, right? Statistics made me want to, I can't really say, but I will tell you, I did my entire bachelor's degree online, and it was radiology specific. So I'm taking a lot of radiology based courses, right? And they made us do like all these group projects and statistics online. And group projects are bad enough doing them face to face. I thought I was going to have to drive to Wichita Falls and physically convince people to do projects with me. And at one point, the semester I was taking stats, I went to the dentist and was like, oh, I think I'm getting a cavity, my tooth really hurts. But it turns out I was so stressed out, I was just like clenching my jaw as I slept. And as soon as I finished stats, that stopped happening. So Lisa, thank you for the follow. Hate group projects. Yeah, exactly. I do not enjoy a group project either. Okay, let's go to Harv's Island. I'd really like to paint those shelves I bought, but I just don't know if I want to put that much effort into anything today. You gonna do Happy Home Paradise today? I don't know. Probably not, honestly. I'm probably just gonna stick to kind of the regular vibe, and I simultaneously feel like there's so much I need to do today, and that I should also just do nothing today because I haven't had an actual day off. Oh my god, that's real. Not the Michelangelo. This is real. Yay. Math is not my best subject either. I struggled so much through like physics when I was taking like radiation physics. It was so hard. Oh, English is English makes sense to me. Dana, thank you for the follow. I guess it was Saturday when I purged my closet and did all that cleaning and that kind of stuff. And y'all can't see in here, but I cleaned up in here too. It was a mess in here. And then I also went to work like 2 or 3 times on Saturday, and I got called in a couple times yesterday, and I'm just tired. But still, I need to like do, there's just never ending. This 40-hour work week is baloney. Luck with money, yes. That's what we want. Maybe we'll go to a good mystery island. You should always have a 3-day weekend. Yeah. I don't know who thought this 40-hour work week. Have a good day, Jade. Enjoy the beach. This antiquated idea of like working full time and then having the weekend to relax, but you don't have any time during the week to take care of stuff, and so you spend the weekend like catching up on dishes and doing your grocery shopping and doing laundry so you can have clean laundry to go through another work week. It's just unpleasant. I don't know how people with like a whole big family do it. It's just me and my husband. If we had to also like deal with a child, I don't know how we would do it. There's not enough hours in the day. I could use like 8 more hours in a day and use them all to sleep. I'm gonna get my Switch and start updating Harv's Island. Yours shows me how much I haven't done. Yeah. Harv's Island has all that stuff on it once you unlock it. Yeah, I usually do like one day on the weekend, I do stuff, and then one day I try to just relax. But it's hard to do, especially after like, it was a really long week of work since my coworker was out with the flu. I ended up working a bunch of extra hours, and then Friday I got into a huge argument with my manager. It was one of those ones where I was like yelling at him on speakerphone, and I kind of like feel like I blacked out at some point and just said a bunch of things. This is part of the Happy Home Paradise DLC. So you can make a restaurant out here. No, you're fine. I'm just ranting about work. I hope this week is better. I don't think it's going to be because of all the texting that's happened this weekend, but it's fine. Yeah, so all of this island is the Happy Home Paradise DLC. So this is an extra thing that you either buy and add on to the game that you already have, or if you have the Nintendo Online Plus expansion, it's included in the expansion. So you can download it as part of your online cost, but just know that if you ever get rid of the Nintendo Online Plus expansion, you won't have access to it anymore. But it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I guess I didn't see what Mason said because it filtered him. It's 7:40 a.m. where I am. I'm in Texas. I will break their patella. No. It's just... Is that the knee? It's the kneecap, yes. Oh, it's Monday. Jones in here. Boom, boom, boom. Missed the States. I'm stationed in Japan. Oh my god. I love Japan. We visited Christmas of 2018. We went to Japan. We flew into Tokyo Narita, and then we went to I'm having a total brain fart. Osaka, Toyama, and Kyoto. And it was awesome. That was the hospital. Joan is horrifying. I agree. Her eyes are super scary. So this is the hospital that you can build. There's a schoolhouse, and there's a coffee shop, and then this is like the main building. Husband's awake. Yeah, this is all part of the DLC. What is this? Like a display case? A wide display stand. Sure is. What a weird piece of furniture. I don't have enough pokey for that. It's definitely beautiful here. It's so much to see, but I've only been here for 3 months and already getting homesick. Oh, goodness. I can imagine. It would be a lot. If I could move, just pick up and move anywhere, it would be Japan. I would leave, and it would be great. Potpourri jar. We tried to go back this year. It just didn't work out. To go up to I cannot think of the name of the place. It's where the big walking Gundam is. It's the only thing that gets me is the price of fruit. Yeah. That was the DLC island, Happy Home Paradise. Shibuya. We saw the one in Diver City. That one's not the walking one. No, you have to buy that. DLC is additional content that you buy to add on to any game. The DLC is like $25, I think, off the top of my head. I made a video about it. It's on my main TikTok page. I keep forgetting to put that butterfly in there. So much to explore. Yes. I really, really loved Kyoto. I think it's really hard to choose my favorite, but I really enjoyed Kyoto. But we went to an otter cafe there, so we got to play with otters, the little Asian small-clawed otters, and then we ate some dumplings from this like street vendor, and it was the best dumplings I've ever had. I love dumplings. Best dumplings I've ever had in my life, and it's just like truly one of my fondest memories. It's like wandering around Kyoto and doing that, and it was awesome because when we went, we were in country for like 10 days. We went to my cousin's wedding. He lives there. He moved over after he graduated college to teach English, and he married a very lovely Japanese lady. They were together for years and years and years, and they finally got married. And we went to their wedding. So we went over there. We got to do a Japanese wedding. It was so much fun. To climb Mount Fuji. Yes, it's more historic in Kyoto. Yeah, the ramen's top tier. I told my husband depression when I leave. For real. yeah, it was very cool. So, and we went to the Universal Studios in Osaka, and that was really fun. It was great. It was a really, really good trip. Good morning, Maura. How are you? Yum, 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 yum. So grateful today's a holiday. For real, though. Good morning. How are you? Oh, good. It's cherries and tomatoes. Wonder how Francis' pictures went. I know. I saw a couple of just like group pictures that she posted on her Instagram. Can't we get to play with otters? Yes, the otter cafe was amazing. You just press B repeatedly until he stops singing. The Pig and Owl Cafe. Yes. They have so many cool, like, animal cafes over there. We went to the really big Pokemon Center in Shinjuku. Oh, so cool. Good morning from Michigan. Good morning from Texas. It's early here. I hope everyone else is getting to enjoy a little bit of a holiday today. Those of y'all in the States, at least. How do you get the bamboo for DIY recipes? Honestly, bamboo is one of the harder things to get. You can go to a mystery island that will be a bamboo island. It's random. It's one of the rarer mystery islands. Sometimes when you buy turnips from Daisy May, she will gift you bamboo shoots in the mail. But those are like the only two ways I found them. I dug up the bamboo from a mystery island and brought it home and planted it on my island. And even then, you chop it with like a stone axe or a flimsy axe, like you would a tree that you don't want to cut down, so you don't accidentally cut it down, because it won't regrow, like trees don't regrow. Ba 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 ba. Caitlin, thank you for the follow. What time is it where you are? It is 10 till 8 in the morning. This is how I start my day on most weekdays, by streaming Animal Crossing. I don't work today, but I usually do it before I go to work. Weekday mornings. But I don't think I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow, and probably not Tuesday. So, I figured I'd at least try to get up and do it today. Oh, Carlos is my favorite villager. I love a grumpy Gus. I like this narrow little stream. Hey Tiffany, good morning. How are you? Morning. Rasher's my personal favorite. Love that. Working, how are you? Oh, I'm not working today. I was on call all weekend though, so I did work yesterday and Saturday, so it's nice to know I'm not getting called in today. That's a good feeling. Heard if you don't take a Mystery Island, you won't have cliffs. Is that true? It is not true. I have gone to Mystery Islands where there have been cliffs and I've had no way to get up them. But if you're lucky enough to go to a Mystery Island that has the resources, you can always craft a ladder on that island because all of the Mystery Islands will have a little craft bench on them. As someone who frequently forgets their ladder when they come to Mystery Islands, let me tell you. They'll put you on the cliffiest island they can find because you forgot your ladder. We hit a money rock on here yet? I don't remember. There we go. What do you do with gyroids? So if it's a gyroid fragment, you dig a hole, you bury the fragment, and you water it, and it will be a whole gyroid the next day. But the whole gyroids don't really do much of anything. You can set them out or hang them on the walls in your house or put them wherever. And if you put a little like music player near them and let it play a song, they'll all kind of like dance and make music along with it. And that's about it. They don't really do much of anything. An orange tart. Yeah. There's 36 different gyroids you can get. 35 of them you'll just kind of find, but the 36th one comes from Brewster. So if you want to collect all of them, I used to have them all out in like a little area on my island, and I had a little music player with them, and they just like sat out there and sang along. So you can get music. Let me see. Can you search here for KK songs? No. There's some places you can like buy music. Maybe it's in the Nook. But if you listen to KK every Saturday, he'll give you a song. The Nook Shopping app doesn't show up on your phone until you've bought at least 100 items from Nook Shopping, but you have to purchase it all from the ATM in Resident Services to start. Sea bass. Oh, bye, fishing pole. Are pears usually hard to find? It just depends. Everybody struggles to find something, I feel like. Is pairs the only one you're missing, or are you missing others? At some point, you just need to find people who play the game and see if they'll let you go to their island and get pairs from them, or have them come to your island and bring them to you. You love all the tasks in the beginning. Oh my goodness, that's a first. I don't hear that very often. Usually I forget, like, it's such a grind in the beginning. Well, my net and my rod broke. Apples, cherries, oranges, peaches. So and I assume you've got coconuts too. So you are just missing pears. Where did you get all of that and not get pears? Did you just get it from playing the game, or did you get it from other people? I don't usually hear about people finding almost everything without at least visiting other islands. I know it's doable, but Nintendo just makes it, like, impossible, I feel like. Oh, Becca, thank you. I don't know what that is. She's cute, though. Thank you. Pears are your common one? Yeah. Oh, I should have gotten more. Okay, so you did exchange. Yeah. You'll need to find somebody else to get pears from, then. So I need... a fishing pole, put my watering can out, get my slingshot back out. Yeah, this is a storage shed. It just gives you access to your home storage from anywhere on your island. What's up, Lucky? Our morning's neat. No. Went to a treasure island to get all the fruit. You know, that's alright. This game can be played a bunch of different ways. I've never been to a treasure island. I don't really know. I thought she had a hot dog at first, but it's a sandwich. Only had apples and cherries for 3 years. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for the 5,000 likes. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me this morning and tapping away. When you started your island, is it the same as it was now, or did you pay to relocate stuff? I paid to relocate stuff, I think. I've been playing this island for 3 years. I don't remember a whole lot of the beginning, if I'm being totally honest. But I'm pretty sure I relocated and didn't have the foresight to set this up the way I did. It would be crazy if I didn't. I'm sorry, I think there's something in my eye. Did I have any kind of backup? What do you mean if I backed my island up somewhere so I don't lose it? I think I have it set up to back up automatically. Look at that sweet boy. Not a thought behind those eyes as he just stares into the water. You know, I saw Flower Blight in tears and it made me laugh. I was like, oh my god, she's back. Riles, thank you for the follow. Yeah, she's super annoying. I was surprised to see her again, if I'm being totally honest. Oh my goodness. So I streamed Tears of the Kingdom yesterday. I get to watch about stream. I was able to make some good progress. I streamed for like 5 hours, then I came back and streamed for like an hour and a half after that. I feel like I made a lot of good progress. We've almost filled in the entire map. And I keep feeling like I'm getting a lot of the depths done, and then I back out to see the whole map, and I'm like, oh, so I'm never going to finish the depths. They are overwhelmingly large. Good night. Well, good night from me. I'll watch till I fall asleep. All right. I'm Italian. How are you? Hello. I'm American. I'm doing okay. Making the depths their own mini stream. No kidding, man. I guess it's just because, like, the depths, when you activate a light route, you get, like, this much of the map, versus when you activate a tower, you get, like, this much of the map. So it feels like you're not making as much progress in the depths as you actually are, I guess. Tears of the Kingdom. Have you made a working hoverboard? No, of course not. Of course not. Wake up, Stinky. You look very sweet and nice. I would give you a hug. Oh, I'm not much of a hugger, but I'll say thanks. Okay. Yeah, Jess, it's because I stream in 2 different locations at the same time, so I'm keeping up with 2 chats. So sometimes you won't see the comments, and vice versa to those of you who are on Twitch and not seeing who I'm responding to on TikTok. Finally beat the evil jazz hands. It was really something. Let me tell you about how I didn't know what happened after you beat the hands. And what a surprise that was to me yesterday. Oh, that's not what I meant to hit. Yeah. I was so proud that I beat those hands. And then it was like, oh, you think you accomplished something. And then the game smacked me down. And I was like, fine. Earn bells by selling items. Complete some DIYs. Pop a balloon. Cook up a storm. So let's cook something up. Eva Beautiful Island. How long have you been playing Animal Crossing? I've been playing this island since 2020. I think last I looked, I've got 665 hours on it. Something like that. And I finally made it. Yeah. I know, Mario. I was so disappointed. I still haven't gone back to complete that fight. Oh, you know what? I guess I could just cook with this stuff that's in my pockets. Yeah, let's make something. Some marmalade, anyone? I had a different reaction. I was like, let's freaking go. What I need to do is go through those videos and just make a compilation of all of my facial expression reactions to the various things that happen in that game. I was thinking about that. I was like, I should make a video that should be my reactions and be like, oh, this is how I feel when everybody asks me, how much are you enjoying Tears of the Kingdom? And it's me just being like, $84,000 belt. Nice. That's quite the haul. $30 more days for vacation. Heck yes. Becca, what are you doing for vacation? In an update, they reduced the price of relocating. Really? Wish they did it for Harv's Island. Like, updated the price or lowered the price of the Harv's Island people? 100,000 bells isn't bad in comparison to what you pay to, like, upgrade your house and stuff. Oh, the Dominican Republic. Nice. For 15 days. That's a long time. I've never been to the Dominican Republic. Everything I know about the Dominican Republic I learned from 90 Day Fiancé. I used to watch the crap out of that show. And one of the guys from the DR, I just remember they always called it the DR. My family's still splitting time with them in a resort. Oh, that's nice. Hello, saying hi before I start work. Thanks for popping in. I hope you have a good day at work. What, I feel like Hart was gonna hurt me. I don't know. He's just an old hippie. That's what I think of him as. Harv's just an old hippie. Same, now that show is unwatchable. Yeah. Well, my sister, I don't know if she still works on the show. I would assume she does. But my sister lives out in LA, and she is one of the field producers on the show. So, but she started working... Who was one of the couples that she was working with? I don't know. One of them was like a young-looking farm boy, and then the woman was the overseas fiance, and they lived on some sort of farm. I don't know. I didn't make it to that season. The arsonist? I don't know. Is he an arsonist? I feel like her name starts with a J, or maybe his... I can't remember. Love is Blind. I love Love is Blind. I am talking about 90 Day Fiancé. Yes. Julia. Yeah. Yeah, that's my nickname. Little Nugs. I don't like that, yeah. I don't think anyone on that show was truly, like, likable. The first couple seasons were good, and they seemed much more genuine, but as usual, reality TV gets, like, crazier as the seasons go on, and it just becomes insane. Last season, yeah. I don't know that I've watched the most recent season of Love is Blind, now that I'm thinking about it. That show's nuts. Are there 3 or 4 seasons of Love is Blind? It's only 4 seasons. I might have missed. I don't think I've watched the 4th one. I think I've watched the first 3. Don't watch the 90 Day Other Way. Okay. Yeah, I watched so many seasons of 90 Day Fiancé. But, yeah, my sister worked with Julia and whatever Brandon, is his name Brandon? For like a season, and then she had to go do pickups with people, and she sent me a picture of her and Elizabeth and Andre and all of that, and I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. That's so funny. How long have you been on? About an hour and 20 minutes. Been playing at night. Been over a month, and you still haven't found Wisp. Wisp is, other than getting the stamp in your passport, completely useless. You're not missing out on like good gifts or anything. I'll tell you that. But it is weird that he hasn't shown up. Elizabeth can't send Andre. Can I visit your island? No, my island is not open for visitors today. Oh, maybe I should go watch the 4th season. I know, Andre is so... talk to your villagers. What's your island theme? It doesn't have one. It's themeless. Whoops. Missed both of those. Mean, yeah. Talk to Lucky again. That's my favorite show. I love that. I have all the fish, but I'm sorry, I have all the bugs, but I'm missing like 3 fish and like 5 sea creatures. Is a pink, white, and blue wedding. Oh. Very nice. I just went with like a regular old island because I'm not super creative, but it was more like, if I really lived on this island, what would I want on the island? So the likes is on TikTok. I need to find one more to talk to. There's usually someone in the square here, but there isn't. Theme is rainbow, still new, so I'm working on it. Yeah. Let's do a stretch. Shall we? One, two, 3 actual villagers, and the rest are like island workers. I like that Isabel changes into like a little workout outfit. She's so cute. Bless her for working with Tom Nook all day. Plants, trees, flowers, a park, and a carnival. I used to have the carnival stuff. If you give the otter a clam and then do stretches, you will join in. Oh, Pascal. I love Pascal. I think her and Tom Nook are secretly okay. I think that's not iced tea in her glass. Stretching my brain. thank you guys for 10,000 likes. I appreciate y'all. All right. Oh, we're so happy. What a good job we did, everybody else. Well, I just stood there. Find one more villager to talk to. Is that KX Thanks? KX Thanks. Thank you for the follow. Oh, you two are hanging out. I have yet to talk to this lion. I don't want to be friends with him. I have not designed a villager's home yet. Although I've hit 30 vacation homes, so I should be able to. I have been held hostage at a villager's home. I know exactly what you're talking about. And then you have to play a game with them, and it's terrible. I'm with you. It's awful. How do you get a fly? You have to leave trash out and catch it. And they are tiny. So you have to really keep your eyes open. Actually, it's one of my more recent videos is how to catch a fly / ants that I've put out there because they're so small. Got ants from rotted turnips. Yeah, ants come from rotted turnips. Flies, I usually leave out like a combination of turnips and trash, and then I find it. Well, even that, you can just leave out like the cans and the like tires and boots and stuff that you pull up out of the water that you'll find in the recycling bin. You can use that. I think someone told me they once used a used firework and caught a fly that way. I know, I hate when the villagers just walk into your house. Like, who invited you? So I ended up doing like little individual piles where like I put out turnips and then I left a couple spaces, and I put out like a turnip and a boot, and then I left a couple spaces and put out like a turnip and a tire like right next to each other. So I've got room to walk in between them, because you wouldn't want a fly to be like in the middle of the trash and you can't get to it and you can't run by it or you'll scare the fly off. And so in those separate little piles, I ended up getting a fly off that. Carlos used to do that. Yeah, Carlos never comes by now that we got him a girlfriend. So turnips, you have to like purchase from Daisy May. She's on the island on Sundays selling her turnips. It's before noon. She has a little pig walking around with a turnip basket on her head, a big snot bubble hanging from her nose. She's gross looking because the snot grosses me out. And you buy them from her. So they're like stocks. You try to buy low, sell high kind of thing. Got to fly from a used firework. Yeah. Because the used firework is like trash after you've used it. So that works too. That's good. Good to know. But if you have the DLC, you can also go to the hospital if you have that built on Mondays. And Joan is there, and she used to sell turnips in the other games, and she'll give you turnips on Mondays. I'm actually asleep till 12 or 1 on set. Yeah, that's why then. I accidentally ate my turnips. Oh my gosh. Hide in one of the side rooms. Yeah, because if you hide in the side rooms, then they'll not come bother you, and they'll leave. That's the way to do it. Happy Memorial Day, Robert. How are you? Good. When do I live? Tears? I probably will later today. I don't know what time specifically. I don't have like a set time. But generally my schedule is like Animal Crossing in the morning, others in the evening. And Animal Crossing is definitely going to be like family friendly all the time, which is fine because I know people watch with their kids or whatever as they're getting ready for school or going to work or whatever. The rest of my streams are not family friendly, so just be aware. I do not work today. Gayan, thank you for the follow. But I do have stuff I need to do today. Like, we need to go grocery shopping today. Challenging myself to not look anything up if I get stuck. I looked one thing up so far. But that's it. I see what you pissed on that. Yeah, I totally get that. It's like when I played Hogwarts and people didn't want to spoil the story for themselves. I totally understand. It's the same for me. I try not to watch other Tears of the Kingdom stuff because I don't want it to get spoiled for me. How's your mom doing? She's doing good. I think she's coping with dietary and lifestyle changes for the better of her heart, but I would too, so who can really blame her? I don't want to drink a healthy smoothie. I want to eat a cheeseburger. You've been stuck for 2 hours? Oh, goodness. See, I would have looked it up at this point. Or gone on to something else and come back later. I know, I miss watching Fran's stream. But she's so far ahead of me. Oh, you're in a temple. Okay. No sodium diet. Oh, no. No fun. Sodium's delicious. Good morning. Sodium is delicious. So you can swim kind of slow over stuff and just barely like tap your swim button, and then when you get close to it, dive on top of it. That helps, kind of like when you sneak up on a bug. Or you can try to pin it against the fence or in a corner. You wish it was all flat, like in Breath of the Wild. The floating aspect is definitely interesting. I'm surprised I'm enjoying spending more time in the depths than I am in the sky, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, for real. So in 6 or 7 years when we get another Zelda game. Excuse me, y'all. Oh, I should have. That's fine. Alright, y'all. I need to go take care of some business. I wish you could make money like that in real life. For real. So, thank y'all for hanging out with me this morning. I hope y'all have a good holiday. And I definitely plan on streaming Tears of the Kingdom later today, if y'all are interested. You have a good day too, Mason. I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.